Hello friends, in this video we will discuss about Block 1, Introduction to Sociology. This block explores the origin and emergence of sociology discipline in the 19th century. It examines the impact of major social transformations that occurred and erupted in society, particularly in European societies, and which caused the birth of sociology discipline. And it introduces the definition, nature, and scope of sociology. It highlights sociology as a scientific discipline to study society and its social structures. Overall, it provides an overview of key concepts and research methods. Friends, in this block 1, we have 3 units. Unit 1, which examines the emergence of sociology discipline. Sociology as a discipline developed in response to rapid social and economic changes that occurred with the rise of industrial revolution in European societies, and more particularly and in Western societies in general. And the birth of sociology discipline was strongly and largely influenced by the effects of French Revolution and Industrial Revolution. This revolution challenged the traditional social structures and values due to the impact of Renaissance spirit and Enlightenment era and the scientific approach towards society. And these revolutions also led to the rise of modernity in European continent, and there was a birth of industrial and urban societies. And it is because that there was a tremendous social change that occurred in society. The sociologists at that point of time, they thought that it is a need and necessity to scientifically study the society and the social changes that occurred at that point of time. Unit 2 in this block, which concerns about the nature and scope of sociology discipline. Nature of sociology indicates that sociology is a scientific and systematic study of society. Sociology is both theoretical as well as empirical in its approach to study society. It focuses on social relationships, interactions, and social institutions in society. Sociology is an abstract as well as it is generalized discipline. And sociology has the nature that where it depends on other social sciences, therefore it has interdisciplinary in nature. It is linked with other social sciences, particularly economics, political science, history, and public administration, anthropology, and so on and so forth. As regards the scope of sociology is concerned, the scope of sociology deals with that it studies social institutions like family, education, religion, and economy. It examines social processes such as socialization, cooperation, and conflict. It analyzes the social structure, culture, and organization in a society. It largely focuses on the social issues and social problems such as inequality, stratification, and social change in society. Therefore, it covers both micro and macro levels of analysis, which means that micro analysis operates at the level of individual, whereas macro level analysis operates at the level of society and its social structures. In this block, we have the third unit. The third unit which deals with sociology as a discipline, where it argues that sociology is a scientific discipline that systematically studies society. It argues that sociology follows the scientific method, which includes observation, hypothesis, and analysis of the data. It emphasizes the objectivity and evidence-based understanding to understand and analyze the social issues in society. Sociology as a scientific discipline uses research tools like surveys, interviews, and observation methods to deal and comprehend social phenomena. Therefore, it also employs case studies to gain in-depth insights into social phenomena. As regards the block 1 focus, which means that the focus of this block is that the overall focus of this block is that it provides a foundational understanding of the origin and development of sociology. It highlights the impact of major social transformations on modern society, which examines the effects of revolutions and industrialization. It shows how social, economic, and political systems evolved with the rise of modernity in society. It also examines the major changes that occurred in family, work, and community life. It connects the past transformations with present-day society. Therefore, it helps students to understand the roots of contemporary social issues. And it also explains the definition, nature, and scope of sociology as a discipline. This block defined sociology as a scientific study of society. It describes its nature as analytical, empirical, and interdisciplinary in nature. It explains its wide scope covering institutions, groups, and relationships. It also shows its relevance to understand social behavior. Therefore, this block also emphasizes the scientific approach and the use of research methods in sociology discipline. It highlights the importance of observation, hypothesis, and analysis. It introduces various research methods that are used and adopted and developed in sociology discipline. It encourages objectivity and objective approaches and scientific study of social phenomena. It explains the role of data collection and interpretation using objectivity in the analysis. Therefore, in this block develops an understanding among the students to develop research skills, critical skills, and analytical skills to understand sociology as a scientific discipline. Thank you, friends, for joining this video. And in the next video, we will be focusing on block